Greetings! Oh, wait, hold on. Greetings, Commanders! There we go. Alright, let's get our microphone fixed up here. Get our webcam turned on. Guys, we are late for the party. The Galactic Battle semifinals has just begun. It's 9 o'clock Thursday night, August 16th. Welcome everyone to the stream. I'll get caught up on chat in here in just a second. We are in the round of 4, the semifinals. The winner of this goes to the final to fight against TNB. Oh, God. I've got the number. I've got the name wrong. I've got to change everything. Okay, tonight is TNB versus AXR. ALD got a win over Star yesterday because Star did not compete. So it's TNB. Oh, Lord. And now the stream is all mislabeled. All right, let's jump into the Galactic Battle, and then I will fix that stuff in the background. Immediately, AXR got the first points, probably just from passive time income. Somehow they got 1,000 points. Maybe they scored some points in a fight. Could have been a small garrison. Let's see if someone shared a replay. Oh, boy. All right, let's talk in World Chat. What's the emoji for the night, guys? What's the emoji? What should we say? We are live. I'm on YouTube now. What's the link to the channel, guys? Link to the channel. Help me out, guys. If you're in the Line Community Discord or any of those other communities and you want to share the stream, that would be awesome. Get as many people in here for the excitement. I think tonight is going to be a fast game. I do not think it's going to be a slow game. I don't know. ALD and GBD like to play fast games. Maybe not necessarily TNB, but, you know, they're an aggressive guild. NYC, AXR, they are more of a passive, slow-playing guild. They don't rush into a win. They take their time. They don't try to just take a base and hold it. They're more of a counter-attacking guild. They just don't have the overwhelming force of a million leadership commanders with full level 40 gear on tier 11. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And no fights have happened yet. And we'll talk about the stream chat here in a second, boys and girls. I'll get to you guys. I will get to you guys. Fire, it's good to see you. Thanks for helping moderate the chat. Seth is here. Blackheim's here. How's it going? Tyson. Steven's here. What's up, Steven? Awesome. Okay. Usual suspects. What's going on, gentlemen? Welcome to the semifinals of the Galactic Battle Season 5 of Ark of War. We're doing it live because this is what we've been building this channel for over a year now. So we can hang out and watch the playoffs and talk about what's going on. Oh boy, the game has changed a lot in the last year. Now there's multiple 1 million leadership commanders. Tier 11 is pretty much in everyone's guild. Everyone's got at least one Tier 11 player, if not 2 or 3. In the Final Four, everyone's got at least 2 or 3 of these guys. And we'll go over the roster here while I cover the field. Okay. Looks like AXR is famously heavily populated, high participation, no baby arcs, all level 21 arcs, all filled with players. They just like to merge and merge. Every time they server merge, they just take all the best players from every guild. They're definitely a Galactic Battle guild. Not a big fan of that play style, but it certainly works for them, and they're in the semifinals, so if that's their goal, they're doing well at that. TNB doesn't have the same level of representation, and it looks like they have given up some damage. That's a 60 million player there. Okay. Fire is sharing in the chats. Thank you, sir. Where's TNB? TNB. God, what a dummy. What a dummy. All right, do we have a logo for TNB? We have to design. Let's see. Let's show map. No. Chat box frame, display frame, game display capture. Aha. Okay. Let's see. We need a name. So AXR versus TNB. Beautiful. Copy. And we need a logo for them, guys. In chat, give me a logo for TNB. I don't think I've made one for them yet. TNB. What's the name of their guild? Right? Oh, it's you think AXR is going to beat TNB? I honestly don't know. TNB is like the number 1 seed, they're definitely so what Tyson says, you're just predicting the future game of the finals. It could be AXR versus ALD, but TNB is a powerhouse, and they were the number 1 seed in the playoffs. So I wouldn't count them out yet. If they can park a commander and hold AXR off, they certainly could win. And with all the counters right now, Gilly, King, Stella, Rogers, Golem, Vega, there's a lot of potential to be removed from capitals. It's not like Season 2 and Season 3. There's a lot more ways around it now. Letter 370 million power. Is that the name of the guy? Man, I feel like such an idiot. Look at this. These are the lists of all the players in both guilds for ALD and AXR, but I totally didn't have it for TNB because I wasn't thinking about TNB. So, oh well, we have names for the players, but the dummy hosting it had the wrong team. I've been busy. All right, it's not like I haven't been doing nothing. Okay, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. I just I don't have any assistants here. We do this for fun. This is a labor of love. We don't get paid to do this. All right. Let's get a logo for TNB. We need to pick a logo for TNB. Let's just Google TNB. What do we find? Careful. Oh boy. What do you guys think? Should we do that one? That one's kind of silly, huh? Let's take this logo here, and then we'll open that up in Paint. Bear with me, guys. I know this is not why you're here, but there's no action on the battlefield yet. There was one arc hit, but nothing major yet. So let me do a little editing here, and we'll get them a nice logo. That look good? How about that? That looks good right there. All right, and then we'll match that to this. How's that? That works? Okay. And then let's tighten it up a little bit, like that. Okay. And like that. And then we'll do one of these. Give it some borders. Just like that. TNBV. Oh, I just killed my own thing. Oh boy. You guys can see all the projects I'm working on. There you go. Oh, let's see. Okay. Let's upload that image. And now TNB has an official logo. Sorry, TNB players, I just didn't have time to make you your own special custom one. I didn't talk to any of their members. In fact, they never approached me. If you guys want unique representation, help me out. Come to me. So there you go. You have your own. You're a light bulb. All right. There we go. Yeah, right? I mean, seriously, Tyson, there's got to be someone from TNB. Duff's here? Duff's here. Oh my God, Duff is back in the house? What's going on, Duff? Okay, good to see Duff here again. How you doing, bud? It's been a while, man. You still in that callback? Got a couple days left? All right, the thumbnail is fixed. Thumbnail is fixed. Okay, let's go back to the stream. And let's see if I can fix all that. Let's see. Ta-da! Okay, and the game is fitting in the screen pretty good. Let's fix that. Slightly tighten that up. Video capture device? No. No. Frame map? No. Display game capture. How is that? Yeah, okay. Right there. Okay, now we're locked in. Alright, everything's settled. Let's see. Oh, there's that. And there we go. We get it all? Okay. Let me see if I can put that there so I can read my chat. That should be a little bit adjusted. Alright, so let's check the battlefield real quick, make sure we're not missing anything. AXR's lined up. Looks like just a circle formation on their bases, and looks like they're poking in across the borderline. And it looks like, I think that's the second one they've hit. No, that's the same guy. That was the first guy to get warped. He's the one that's burning. We can check some replays. You Lost is on TNB? Oh, I'm a huge You Lost fan. Dang. Celluloid, or you lost, is backwards, basically. He's a monster. So that's the 1,000 points that must have been given up. This was an attempted ignore tier suppression march with a low risk. You know, not a terrible idea. I would have just used tier 9. I mean, just because tier 7 doesn't hit hard enough to actually kill 100,000 Rangers. So you may as well just use tier 9. Tier 9 obviously gives more points, but tier 9 also dodges substantially better. So depends on what you're going up against. I just don't like using tier 7. And also it takes longer to heal. So how's that? Camera works good. Lighting works good. Stream is set up. Chat set up. How's it going, Paul? I see you there. Magnum PI is here. Oh, no. 40 minutes left on your clock. Oh, no. Okay. So Viper and Celluloid are here just for the Galactic Battle. That's cool. That's nice of them. I got to join WoW for the Galactic Battle this season, so that was fun. Let's see. So who do we have on You Lost? Zorro. Oh God, Samir. You got to change your YouTube name. I'm not going to remember it. There's so many names. Okay, Fire. Thanks for sharing. Duff says, unto you, I present myself, and no, I tried to talk to you in Galactic Campaign, but nothing. Maybe I'm not reading that right. Okay. So let's see. The Tier 7 Ignore Tier Suppression March. Let's check the score real quick. The Tier 7 Ignore Tier Suppression March was obviously beaten. 88,000 to 28,000. NYC has the lead, or AXR has the lead. AXR NYC, the controversy last season was AXR and NYC stacked their guilds, so they got into the playoff bracket on both sides, and they would just choose which battles they wanted to compete in. And the devs punished them by putting in a patch that says you have to be in a guild for 3 days before you can compete in a galactic battle. And they did that like 4 days before the next round semifinals were starting. So some members of AXR got marooned in NYC and vice versa, which caused a little bit of a controversy. But now everything's well in order, and AXR is stacked. All the players from NYC are here, full representation. And we have their members here. It was, let's see, Godlike is their biggest guy at 300 million. Millennium, it's going to be tough to find these names because they're written in Hanzi. Luckily, Godlike's name has a playing card on it, so we'll be able to see it easier. The rest of them, the other three, are going to be tough. But we know who to look for. Godlike is the one with the biggest, baddest army. There's Rizel. What's going on, Rizel? Good to see you, buddy. Okay. Let's see. Is that Godlike there? That could be him. No, he just has a card in his name. You need a new back. I need to get on that. Oh, that's right. Duff's the one who got me the backdrop here. Oh, this one's classic, bro. It's got the galaxy in back. This is original Melt version 1.0. Actually, this is 1.1. Remember? Because 1.0 was a dirty white sheet. A dirty old white sheet. I still have that sheet. I'm going to throw it away soon, though. We're nesting for the baby, so I don't have a lot of room to keep stuff. I'm just going to start getting rid of stuff. Okay. Let's see. So AXR is going on the offensive. They are sending out a dummy ship, basically just a garrison. But, I don't really agree with this strategy. I want to preface this by saying AXR knows what they're doing, right? The point of this strategy normally is you send your ship across the border to attract attention. Because you're behind on points, you have to go push the action to win the galactic battle. So what they're doing is they're sending a dummy ship up to get points. But they already are ahead by 188,000 to 87,000. So they have a 100,000 point lead, which is substantial. That's a substantial lead. You can fight with tier 9, one unit of tier 9 per slot, and hold that lead for a while. So they have the lead, and they have more ships on the battlefield. So AXR does not have to be pushing the aggression here. But I think the reason they're doing it is, one, it's fun. And two, it distracts TNB from going gold warping down into them. Right? If TNB decides to send six ships down south to start gold warping and speed hitting all their troops, it becomes a real, disaster. People are bouncing everywhere, ships are burning everywhere, people are auto garrisoning, people are getting zeroed. So what AXR is doing is they have the point lead, they're on the offensive, and they're saying, don't worry guys, even though we're winning, we'll come to you. And the main advantage that TNB has is they're setting 5-minute rallies on the dummy ship, and when the dummy ship loses the rally, like let's say TNB sets a 5-minute rally on the dummy ship, right? Everyone on TNB sends bullet with Rangers, which is probably what they're doing, or one slot bus followed by Rangers. And then on the dummy ship, they have the same thing. A ton of Rangers, a ton of Rangers, a ton of Rangers. And they're just trading sand or the currency you use in the game to buff yourself. But the attacker that is setting the rally on the dummy ship, TNB in this case, they get to set the rally on the dummy ship. And when they lose fights in the rally, they do not get injured, even though their commanders lose the fight. Everyone defending the dummy ship, which would be AXR, if they lose the fight, they get injured. So AXR has the lead, yet they're willingly taking a gold punishment to distract them, or just because they want to have fun, But strategy-wise, it's not a good strategy, but it's serving its purpose. They're winning the match, they're getting points, they're distracting TNB, but we're only 18 minutes into this thing. But I just want to give you guys an idea of what I'm seeing. And I don't know, do you guys disagree? Am I missing something? So, let's see. All right, hold on. Oh, God. I go on about high-level PvP, and then I look at the comments, and what does Duff say? How was your bookshelf? Oh, yeah, 1.0 was my bookshelf. I still got that bookshelf. Steven says that, and then Duff goes, my life is a dirty white sheet. Oh, God, Duff, this is a Christian channel. Duff. We don't talk about that kind of stuff. All right. Oh, Tyson's saying it's a distraction. Yeah, I think it's a good distraction, too, and it's a cheap distraction. Every time they lose a fight, yeah, they got to heal a commander for 400 or 360 gold or whatever, but they're also getting sand, and they're perpetuating the point gain they're getting. And they're making their enemy... And if this goes on long enough, if the dummy ship continues to get closer and closer and closer and closer, they can take a base. They can sit in the base. Now, they don't have to send points, and they can't send black hole bombs to clear the thing in here, to clear the base in here. But it gets to a point where it becomes nerve-wracking for your opponent, because if your enemies start sending units to that stronghold, you have to clear them. You have an hour to clear them. You got plenty of time, but it's just more added aggravation. Now you're watching not only the dummy ship, you're also watching the base. Then other people might start gold jumping, or another person might start going to this base. So they have to manage their side of the map. And currently AXR is putting the slight pressure on to draw that attention to them. Honestly, it's not the greatest strategy by the book, but it's something I like to do. That's the way I like to play Galactic Battle. I like the action on me. I like to counter-strike. I like to prepare to see what's coming in, because I'm the big bullet. I can switch my army around. And I'm not comfortable with a 100k lead, right? I want a 1,000,000-point lead, minimum, right? So for me, I like this strategy. I support this strategy. Would I implore it in the semifinals? Yeah, probably. So it's just funny, because it's in a low-level Galactic Battle on most people's servers, you wouldn't do this, because it's wasting gold. It's really high-level tactics. You don't need to get that meta. But in the semifinals of the Ark of War Season 5 playoffs, you need to get that meta. So I'd say AXR is doing a fantastic job. They got the most important thing, which is the core element, is they have participation. They have a full guild, all level 21 ships. Everyone's here. They've surrounded their bases. I'm sure they all have at least 10 million meat shield of Rangers with plenty of speed ups from the mobilization they get every weekend. And it's going well, So for anyone that doesn't know, Tier 1 Rangers give 0 points in Galactic Battle. Tier 1 walkers, Tier 1 airships do give points. That's why Bullet's the best commander, because he can ignore tier suppression, he could do damage with Rangers, and he doesn't give away points if he doesn't want to by just using Tier 1 Rangers. And that's the way you do an opener now in Galactic Battle in most games. But in some games, especially against ALD and GBD, they're so much more powerful than their opponents. They can literally just park their commander with their level 40 gear and tier 11 army and just say, try to clear me. Do your best. And most people, even 300k commanders, don't hold a stick to a 100k commander with level 40 gear. So, you know, most guilds don't do that. They play it smart. They play the strategy. Some guilds just flop the old salami on the table and say, you know, kick me out. Yeah, the door kicker. They call me the door kicker. I'm the guy that goes in first. I don't know if door kicker's the right word. It's a military term for grunts that have the dirty job of kicking doors in when they're, you know, checking civilian houses. And that's not really what I do. I'm definitely the opener, though. I would say, like, I take the kickoff, but it's not really a kickoff. I don't know. We haven't come up with a good term for it yet. Maybe that's what we'll do in Season 6. We'll actually start naming some of the strategies, you know, going full circle on this game. So AXR just took it. Oh, you guys, we got to check the replays here. What are we doing? All right, let's check the points real quick. Apparently, AXR just took a 3 million point lead. Yeah, so it looks like TNB risked trying to clear the dummy ship, which is maybe why we saw it in the bottom left over there. And instead, they got caught. So let's see how they got caught. All right, let's go down the replays and see what happened. Starting with the oldest replay, which I think we already watched. This was the Tier 7. Oh yeah, we should probably... Are we all good in chat here? Who are we picking as a favorite to give medals to? Does anyone want to nominate someone for us to give medals to? First one in, last one out? Oh, shit. I don't know. I think the Marines would be insulted. But, I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. Okay. So, let's see. No Ranger replays. We got to avoid Ranger replays at all costs. Let's see how far down we have to go to get a good replay. This is replay number 3. Let's see. Come on. So what we have is 150k Stella versus 77k Stella. It's still kind of small commanders in the grand scheme of things. These were big commanders in Season 2, but Season 5, not very big. So we haven't really seen... Ooh, this is going to be a Ghost Cannon. Ghost Cannon's going to nail that for sure. Do we have sound? Oh, we need sound, guys. We need our sound. So yeah, super low risk Tier 7, which is fine. You know, you get residual points every 10 minutes anyway. So risking 1,000 points when you get, 10,000 points every 10 minutes, really not a big deal. And it forces the escalation of the fight. If you start using 1 unit of tier suppression with Tier 7, your opponent might go, okay, well then maybe I'll put 1 unit tier suppression of Tier 9. Then you say, oh, okay, now I got him using Tier 9. I'm going to do a 1-slot bust with Hoodoo. And they say, oh, he's going to try and 1-slot bust me with Hoodoo, so I'm going to defend with a 1-slot bust of Golem because I'll have first strike. Next thing you know, someone's countering your 1-slot bust of Golem with just a bunch of Bullet Rangers or a Rogers or whatever. So there, we're getting the conversation started, the escalation started. Did I just miss that, or was that what's his name? Godlike. Was that Godlike laughing like a little girl in World Chat? I've got to double check that. That's funny. I got to see that. Is that him? Did anyone confirm that? Yeah, do you like that name list? I think I wish I would have done it for TNB, but most of them have English names, so that's great. Let's see. No, maybe that's not him. No, that's not Godlike. Darn it. Okay, all right. It's not Godlike laughing. All right, let's see. How far down do we have to go? We're on... Oh boy, I just accidentally clicked one. Oh! What happened here? Stella versus Golem. Oh, that's not enough. You shouldn't be able to kill him, though. It'll be close. Okay, yeah. Alright, well, I'm not sure who got the better of that. I'm pretty sure AXR gets the better point exchange there. I want to watch that again. Dang it, I keep accidentally clicking on these things. Come on. You're not going to beat this Stella. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. Oh, we got to turn our audio on. Graveyard, Cotton Club, Warzone, Mummy's Tomb, Car Chase. Pick one, guys. Help me out. Elven Glade, Winter Festival, Nightmare, Sewers, Sleeping Dragon, Age of Steam, Dinotopia, Terror. Just name one off in chat, and that's what I'm picking. We'll do Rise of the Ancients until someone gives me a good one. I'm not opening with Car Chase, Steven. That ain't happening. Car Chase, that's what we close on. You know, that's my Don't Stop Believing. All right. All right. Let's see. How far down do we have to go? Was that the big replay there? That might be the only big replay. Let's watch that again. Who's messaging me? Oh, don't forget to give away 100 medals or whatever to get your free 10 magazines. Dinotopia. Is that what this is? No, what do we put on? Rise of the Ancients. You want to hear Dinotopia? Zombie? Elven Glade? Oh, alright, we'll do Dinotopia. This might be weird. Okay. Score is 1 million to 4 million. Definitely AXR has the lead. Yeah, that early aggression led to them getting a nice big score there. Good counter-striking. That Stella did incredible work. Let's get another replay on that. And what happens now? Well, TNB is definitely behind in points, right? So TNB has to do something. You know, what should they do? Oh, there it is. There's the replay. What should they do? Well, you know, standard strategy. They're only down by 3 million. That's not the end of the world. But they're also outnumbered. Being outnumbered and down 3 million means TNB has to go on the offensive. And if I was TNB and I was their big boss, I'd probably just gold jump into their base and start zeroing fools to see what happens. And then I'd one slot defend myself with that tier 11 airship from Golem there. And yeah, nice hit. Very nice hit. So that's probably what they're going to do. TNB is obviously a smart guild, and they've got big players. So I would start gold jumping in, or I would cross the border. AXR is a smart team. They're not going to send points at you. They just aren't. However, you know, just like every big player in this game, they get a little bit of an ego. They get a little ahead of themselves. They'll take a risk, and that's their prerogative, man. Your boss is supposed to take risks when the time is right. They measure those risks. Can I send my main army at their garrison, their current garrison? Because people are always switching garrisons when they're stationed. So will they try to, will AXR's boss try to countermarch an invasion and get caught? Or is AXR just too smart? They know we have 11 hours left. Just send rangers. Don't take any major risks. If you do, just use one slot, you know, 1 unit per march. You can just do 1 unit of tier 9 per the front row with tier suppression, and you'll get through any ranger marches, which forces your enemy to start using points again, and you just start black holing them. You just send wave and wave and wave of bullet in 5-minute rallies. It's just, you can just make it so discouraging for them. You could literally pound them down for 6, 8, 10 hours. And it's one of those things about this game, you can actually get really bored by playing the Galactic Battle if you're not a primary ship or you're not a primary army, if you're just one of the normal grunts, and you get into a battle where it's like, guys, the best thing to do right now is literally just sit here and wait for them to come to us. And when they do, set 5-minute rallies, send your rangers over and over and over, score points on them, and if they get too close, the boss will clear them. Sometimes that goes on for 8, 10 hours, you know, because it's like you're too evenly matched to go steal their base, so you just dwindle the timeout. So that can happen. That's an unfortunate side effect of this game, but this is the game we play. It's not, it's not Smash, it's not Dota. It's a long-term strategy game that you can speed up by using gold, but for the most part, it's a big team game, slowly played. I think there's plenty of room for improvement in the current play style, but this is what we figured out. This is how you play it. So let's see. Ellen's saying, So David's saying TNB. Yeah, I don't really watch their games. I'm assuming they're a boss army. I'm assuming they're going to go and take a base. Will they skip the left side or the right side stronghold? Probably not. Having that vision is really important. They'll probably take a left side stronghold first and just discourage the enemy and then make them all switch to one side. Because once you take the left side stronghold right here, you have complete vision. I wish we could zoom out further, but it is what it is. Let me see. Viewer count. There's a map. Not that map. This one? No, that's Tina. Alright, let's see if we can get downloads. You guys ready for some rudimentary, old school stuff I've never used before? So back in the day when I was developing the original like guild PowerPoint I used to like figure out the galactic battle and the meta, there was no one like me to sit there and bounce ideas off of and talk to about. I didn't get on Skype or Discord and talk to people about it. I just had to sit there and figure it out day in, day out, watching battle, watching other players, watching what worked, watching what didn't, figuring out first striking, figuring out strength and weaken, figuring out tier suppression. And I just started trying to quantify it all, so I made these spreadsheets and stuff. One of the things I figured out was the world map is not equal. The PvP map is not perpendicular. So I'll show you what I mean here. Let's browse and grab this. That'll work. Okay. Ta-da! Alright, so I know this is pretty rudimentary, guys, but forgive me. This is all I've got for now. I didn't plan on using this, but it's worthy of it. So this is the only thing we care about. Chat. Where's chat box? Chat box, you guys can go up front. Oh, there you go. Okay, so what can I show you? Well, I can't manipulate too much of it, but basically what's going on is there's a top half of the map and there's a bottom half of the map, and this is the map we play on in the galactic battle. Every map is the same, all the squares are accounted for, but the symmetry is super off. If you notice, the bases, the black spaces around the red and the green triangle, those are spaces you cannot inhabit. Now, what's interesting about them is if you look at them, the bottom base has 2 cubby holes. See that? See how the green base has 2 hiding places? So you can only reach 2 of those places by 2 blocks, while the red up top only has 1 cubby. So it's not that big of a deal, but it's something that kind of always bothered me, that the top base technically is more vulnerable. And then as far as the other parts are concerned, it's mostly symmetrical for the rest of it. But once you take one of these, man, I really need manipulable frames here. This is me just talking about it isn't working. Jesus stuff. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, if you take one of the bases, you get vision of that quarter of the map. Basically, cut it into 4 quarters. You have the bottom, your enemy has the top, or you have the top, your opponent has the bottom. Anyway, once you take one of those, you have vision of the base, and you no longer have to be there. The fog of war isn't in the way. They see a different version of the map than we do. They only see their half. So you can only move 1 square at a time, and you can only see an enemy if you have an ally ship directly next to them or in flight to them. So that's that. We're done with that, okay? Bottom's home team, they're supposed to have the advantage. That's funny. I wonder if they ever fix that. So yeah, see this spot right here? This spot right here can be attacked by, not by this guy. You cannot inhabit this space right here, but you can inhabit this one and this one. So you could protect a ship right here with 2 other ships. Over here, you can do the same thing. You can protect this ship with 2 other ships. There's no other way to approach them. It's not a big deal. it really isn't a big deal. But it's a piece of symmetry that's unnecessary, and it does slightly give the top team just a baby disadvantage. So for here, I don't think you can put a ship there. I forget. No, and the map. What does the map say? I've checked it before. Yeah, you can't put a ship there. If you could, it would be fair, because then they'd be able to hide there, but you can't. So over here, you can put a ship here, and this guy has two approach vectors, if you will. All is fair in Ark of War. I mean, I agree with you, Seth. All is fair or all is not fair. This is not a fair game, you know. I love that when people always try to say, like, this is an unfair game to so-and-so. This is unfair for this person and that person. It's like, dude, this game, there's nothing fair about this game. There's nothing fair about it. The day you start playing, when they give you an infantry commander, and they're like, yeah, you should build Dodge. Build Dodge. Dodge is a great way to play. And you're like, yeah, I'll take this flare guy all the way. Next thing you know, these big old airship commanders come in, and you're just like, oh, man, my little guys can't do any damage to these giant airships. But you're like, oh, but I can just keep dodging. And then they get a 40% guaranteed hit. And then you realize that dodge stat really costs you a lot of defense and HP. But then the airships don't hit very hard. There's nothing fair about it. Is it balanced? Not at all. It's kind of balanced, but it's definitely a strategy-based game. It's not a rock paper scissors game by any means. It's get yourself in a fighting position that gives you and your army and your composition the best opportunity to outscore your opponent. So, whew. All right. Talk. How are we feeling with Dinotopia? I think I'm ready to evolve. What was the other one we mentioned? Someone said zombies. Did I say zombies? Alright, I guess there's a zombie one. Okay. So what do we have going on here? Alright, TNB, 94 million. 60 million. We really need some commas, right? Can we get some commas, devs? Jesus. You don't know if you're looking at 60 million or 600 million. How do I feel about the new recycle system? I feel like I'm at a weird price point in the game where I don't really benefit too much from the recycle system because I was always very stingy with my melange. I never really upgraded a lot of gear I didn't use. That's not to say I don't have any gear. I can show you what I mean. So in the new patch, we got a new feature here called Recycle. And in the Recycle tab, any gear you're not wearing can be recycled here. Well, I have a creator armor that I'm willing to recycle. I don't need it. It's not better than Titan. It's not better than Armor of the Titan. It's not better than Black Knight for anything else. So I basically don't need this anymore. And if I recycle it, I lose level 20 gear, and it's a super rare event gear. So it has an innate value of being a creator. But I already have the Dominion chip, which is what you use it for. And instead I get 2 beta IntelliBots, which we average are worth about 40,000, but you can buy much cheaper in those vending machine events. So I'd say this is worth about 30,000, 40,000 maybe at most. But then the Geiststone frags, you need 2. You only get 2, and you need 100. So what am I going to destroy 50 creators? So this is not a very good item to give a good example, right? The level 22 item, same thing, kind of useless. Is that how that works? You can... Oh, I see. So if you recycle all of them, you get more return. Yeah, see? Okay, so it actually lets you pick more than one at a time. I didn't realize that. So, I mean, yeah, I don't get a lot of value. If I threw all that gear away, I mean, I need this Ghost Mask. I need that Eye of Abyss. I can part with these 2 items, but really I'm going to give up that for, I don't know, a couple 100,000 melange? No thanks. So I'm not a big fan of the recycle system yet. I think it really rewards low-level players that had a lot of stupid gear decisions early on, and a lot of super high-level players that maybe took those creator armors to level 40 and realized that Armor of the Titan came out, and they're like, I can't use this anymore. So, it just helped a lot of players that literally had thousands of dollars in melange into those high-level items, and it helped a lot of noobs who made a lot of mistakes that they couldn't get back. So, I'm not super fan of it. I know there's going to be more math to be done on the recycle aspect, or maybe bonus recycle event. I don't know. But right now, it doesn't seem too advantageous for me. Live clip the recycling? Nah, I don't think I have. Oh man, it's too late, guys. Too late for the live clip of the recycle. Right. I'll cover it properly in the future. Good looking out though. I just got to be faster. Melange? Nah, bro. I don't even know how to say it the old way anymore. I forgot. Let's see. Here we are. All right, back in. Looks like AXR still has the lead. Looks like they still have their dummy ship going up. And let's see. What's going on in World Chat? Oh, did we post our emoji call sign? We got to post the emoji call sign. Are we still doing Thunder Baby? Duff, what's the new emoji call sign? We need a new one. No, we got to keep with the Thunder Baby. Thunder Lightning. Lightning emoji? Can someone just post it in the game? It's so hard to like have to Google the emojis and then copy and paste them. It's such a, you know? Okay, there's that one. There it is. Okay, there. I did it myself. I did it live. All right, what do we have going on? Is TNB. So something to consider. Right now is 9:43 in California. If you convert that to Beijing time, that's 12:43. It's almost 1 o'clock in China right now, midday on a Friday. On a Friday. So their players should be a little less busy, right? I think that's why the playoffs are when they are. You know, it's like good enough time for European, well, West Coast players for sure. East Coast players, 9 o'clock is a bad time. That's midnight their time. But Chinese players, you know, after the early morning, and you know that on a Friday, Thursday, that's better for the playoffs. I like how they do that. If I was an East Coast player, I probably wouldn't appreciate it so much, but. Yeah, it's for me exactly. Yeah, midnight for freaking East Coasters. That sucks. Let's see. All right, so let's see if we can get a Jackfish replay. It's been called out to give Jackfish the medals. Jackfish, share. Oh, there it is. Okay, so from the bottom, about 15 up, Jackfish number 543. If you've got medals you want to hand out, that's our guy. He better get through there. Yeah. Oh, no. Jackfish, you're going to lose. Jackfish is going to lose. Wait a minute. It's going to time out. There isn't enough damage on the other side. This fight's not going to end. And the Grievous can't heal because he doesn't hit hard enough. So, yeah, this fight's not going to end right. Who wins? Does Jackfish win? Support the winners of the battle. I've never seen that before. It usually says the winner's name. I wonder if they both get medals. Let's see what happens. 1 Deluxe Super Arc. Jack Flash does get it. Jackfish. Oh, God, I was saying Jack. Sorry, Jack. Jack Flash. So he technically stalemated, but won. So that's interesting. Okay. Oh, yeah. Who's winning the MVP right now? Not Give. Popular Star. Leviathan's winning. I'll be darned. Oh, wait. That's for this game. Let's see. Sent one. Overall, who has received the most medals? TU. Well, TU is not playing anymore. I'm second? Wow. I imagine Bingo, ALD's Bingo, or Godlike, who's number 5 right now, is probably going to get the most. So should we be giving... probably not. Godlike doesn't need him. He's already got the max logo. Jack Flash. Give it to Jack Flash. Give it to Jack Flash. I want to see people get medals that don't have the avatar yet. The point of the point of giving medals is you get to change your avatar, and if you get enough medals, you get the purple one. Yeah, the purple one. Otherwise, first you get Galactic Campaign receiving 5,000 points, medals. All right, then if you reach 80,000 points, they give you this one. See how it says in the text under it? If you get 400,000 points, they give you the gold one, which I like the gold one. It looks pretty good. But if you get a 1 million points, you get the purple one. So that's what Jack Flash is trying to get. Once you get 1 million points, that's it. If you get 10 million points, you don't get anything else. So once you get your 1 million points, tell people to give it to someone else in the guild. It's just a cosmetic thing. It looks neat. I've always liked the gold one better, but it goes better with bullet. What can I say? But then again, the purple one is purple. So anywho, all right, let's jump in. See where we're at. AXR still ahead by 3 million points and then some. They have the residual income, and TNB's letter is pushing. This is their boss, right? 353 million. Okay, the action's on. Sorry guys, I wasn't paying attention. 353 million. Letter is on the right hand side. He's pushing in. We are probably going to see a massive point shift go towards to AXR, and TNB is taking the first stronghold. There's the ship. The ship is going in right now. They have it. They've had it for 30 seconds. There's only Rangers there, so they haven't committed troops. There it is. There it is. Golems here. What do you think we're going to see first? One slot bust Stellas? Remember, they have to break through this plasma, otherwise that golem gets first strike. Are we going to see strengthened weakened marches with Stellas, or plasmas, or golems, or possibly even Rogers, just to clear the base? But remember, oh, here comes. It's a Stella, but it's all infantry, so he's going to get rocked. Now, that's a 600,000 leadership Stella. So he's going to be able to break through that golem when the time comes. 1333 times 750. What is that, 800,000? 900. It's a million golem. So it's a million golem. Max golem with tier 11. But it's only one row. He didn't put the back row in there, which is interesting. Which is great, because if he did, Plasma would be the go-to commander. You would just send Plasma, full damage gear, with any infantry, and just blast into the tier 11, and Plasma would trade well. With only 3 slots of tier 11, he's not risking as much damage from Plasma Bomb, but he's less viable against commanders like Rogers or Stella, not so much. Maybe it would be nice to have troops in that slot number 4, just so Stella can't one-slot bust him as easy. But I don't think this is him fully committing to this march. So look at all these arrows. Okay, so rallies are being set. This is some serious action right now. Replays are going down. I don't want to watch them yet. I want to see what's going on the battlefield. Letter has just cleared another person, and he has an open shot there. So at any given moment, we probably see another person jump in. Oh no, AXR has cleared the spot. So what you can do is you can move your ship onto the spot that is opened up, so that an enemy or ally, whatever, can't jump there and take it first. So they are reserving the spot. So let's see if we can click on that stronghold. It's so hard to click on that stronghold. There it is. I got it. TNB's golem is still there. 1333. They did clear the smaller plasma in front of it. I like to reset my garrison so I can see if anything new is coming. And it does look like there are more troops coming. So AXR, the ball's in your court. This game is going to possibly end in the next 3 hours if this goes on. I don't see TNB just risking all these points, losing the points, because they are going to lose points, and then just like not fighting for 6 hours. I see them going for it. If they're going to go for it now, they're going to go all the way. Let's check the points, see where we're at with that. It looks like AXR has not started dwindling down that golem yet. Guys, maybe I didn't say it. If you weren't going to use points like Stella and Rogers and golems to one-slot bust this golem that's sitting in the stronghold, send a weenie to take away first strike and just start sending bullets with ghost cannons. Just start sending ghost cannons. Take that 3 million lead up to 30 million and let your bosses risk some really big point marches so that you can actually, counter with a proper army. Okay, now Soyaloy, you lost, has committed. Letter has committed. And this Stella here is going to be okay. I mean, not a big Stella. What I'd like to see, though, is just some bullets. Pad those numbers. Get your bosses some breathing room to take some risks. You don't know what'll happen. That golem, we don't know what kind of gear he has. Things could go wrong for him. If that Stella doesn't land a hit, or that Stella doesn't hit as hard as he thinks, and that golem does an awakening and it just clears everything, you never know. So try to send some bullets in there and get that point lead increase. Just pick up another 10 or 15 million. One ghost cannon from a 300k bullet will get you is it 10 million points? 10 million points if you kill 120 of them? Let me see. Calculator. 14,000. No, 21. Wait, yeah. We had the point things on. 14,000 times 120? Yeah, 1.6 million. So, easy peasy, man. If you had a 100k bullet with the level 60 ghost cannon, you could be doing 600,000 points every time you land a ghost cannon on this. Not to mention you can strengthen weaken march into that golem. So alright, so the golem has now started to be dwindled down. He might have been just bullets, might have been actual points. Let's see what we have in the world chat. Letter has a replay for us. What is it? Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. He doesn't have enough strength and weaken gear. He doesn't have enough strength and weaken gear. He's going to get destroyed. He's going to get destroyed. What is he doing sending that big of a march against a superior player that has a way more expensive army? Oh, he's going to get destroyed. Oh, yeah, he's done. That's the point lead. 1450. How much is that in points? Oh, boy. I think AXR might be behind in points. Oh, man, he lost 2 stacks. I think AXR just lost the lead. That was stupid. You have to buy breathing room by sending ghost cannons. There you go. 20 million to 16 million. What an idiot. What an idiot. All you had to do was just send 5 or 6 bullets in a row with Rangers alone. Now they have the point lead. They don't even have to stay in attack. It's a huge risk for them to stay in attack. I mean, listen, mistakes happen, right? Was that one they can avoid? Yeah, they had 50 more minutes, 53 more minutes to not make that mistake. TNB's still there. Oh, it looks like he did pull that golem. Those points are still there. Oh, TNB has decided to go for it anyway. It's possible that TNB just goes for it. Doesn't matter. They just want to end it. Could be. Yeah, could be. It's an expensive thing to do. It's not as bad now because we get so many speed ups, but that was a silly march, man. That was a silly march. I wish I could have seen the gear, but you got to remember, dude, these new Commander Awakens, they will give you 80 or 90% resistance weakened. That's a lot of resistance weakened. No one has enough strength and weakened to counteract the new Awakens. Not to mention if he has a Ghost Mast on, oh, dude, you can't even march against him. But it looks like Godlike is starting to clear with a 14-13 golem, with a million golem. He is going to get through. I think he'll clear that Rogers, no problem. Although he better hit really hard because he doesn't have that 4th slot. He might take a beating on that, though. Let's see how many he loses to that Rogers. Maybe not too bad. Rogers doesn't hit very hard unless he's got a balanced gear on. I think that golem will go through. I think he'll go through. But we're getting a little bit of lag here, so we can't see what's going down. Okay, so yeah, he cleared that Rogers by only losing 24. Okay, 24 tier 11. So this next Rogers here, if it's a Dodger Roger, might get this golem into some trouble. If this is a Dodger Roger by Phantom here, this might get that golem into a little trouble. Now this Stella coming up, if he has strength and weakened gear, could also do some good damage. But Godlike is not going to clear that next golem. That is not going to happen. And honestly, I don't think AXR has the firepower to break through this in one go of it. So they're going to be able to keep resetting. I think TNB has taken the proverbial salami and thrown it on the table. This is the full committing. They have the point lead. Let's take a look at the point lead now. 123 million to 42 million. So it looks like AXR did get the point lead back. And TNB had a chance there to play on the defensive, but it would have drawn out for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, any guild that can overpower another guild will essentially, just throw the salami on the table. But this is AXR. you know, they do have a big player here. Look at this. Look at Godlike's Golem. Holy crap, he's fully committed. Oh my goodness. Is it enough? See, what I don't like about Godlike's March, he has no insurance. He has no tier 10, no infantry in there. So even though he's probably got some decent resistance weakened gear on, technically he runs into a Rogers or a Stella with strength and weakened, he's going to be in big trouble. Got to have some insurance troops. You know, it's not good to have 6 slots of tier 11 of the same type. It's good to have 1 slot of something else for Airship Awakening just to have an insurance slot. I want to stop using that salami example. Example? Is that what I'm supposed to be? I don't know. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's Vega is using the new Vega strategy where you basically stack pure attack gear on Vega and then hope his breakdown cuts through a defensive player's super defense buffs, because now Vega is the hardest hitting commander in the game because his breakdown scales with your defensive gear. So as gear gets higher and higher and higher and higher in defense, Vega's breakdown skill becomes more and more and more valuable. So Vega now with a trigger of, is it Scorpio? What's the one that lowers your opponent's defense? Anyway, they buffed it so it can go over 100%, or after 100% it turns into bonus damage. But basically Vega is the hardest hitting 1-slot bus commander with tier 10 infantry. Although it is the best strategy on paper to go Vega with breakdown and tier 10 infantry. On paper, yes, it is the hardest 1-slot bus formation. At some point you stop and say to yourself, I have to have a Vega so massive to counter the big bosses that I am basically going all in on a gimmicky strat that isn't going to make me win games. It's going to help me lose less. I mean, it can. It definitely is powerful and it's fun to watch. Maybe we'll get some Vega replays to show it off here. But I'm not a huge fan of it yet. I think there's more interesting stuff going on in the meta right now. I think a lot of people they just keep trying to be the master of all strategies. They want that one commander that does it all. I want that golem that's a boss defender and offender. And it's just like, listen, man, Rogers is here. You can't be, Golem is not invulnerable anymore. Golem can fall subject to plasma as well. Golem can fall weak to strength and weaken as well. So these new gimmicky Vega strats, although he is the strongest 1-slot bust with airships or with infantry, because tier 10 infantry works with airships. Tier 11 infantry does not. Otherwise, tier 11 infantry would be better on Vega, but he's an airship commander. Anyway, it's a gimmicky strat. I don't hate it. I do like that it exists. I do like that people are always finding out new things, but pick one play style and go with it and know what you can do. And when you get into a scenario, where you just can't win, that's what the rest of your guild is for. It's their job to step in and help out. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to get through some replays, see if we can get that. See if we can get a Godlike replay, Godlike's Golem replay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, guys, it's getting hot in here. I think we're gonna have to take the jacket off early. We got to take the jacket off early. It's just too hot. Yep. We're gonna put a good replay on and take an intermission real quick. And I'm gonna get out of this jacket if I'm gonna be doing this stream. Hey David, what's your Ark name? I don't recognize David Rosewood. I'm sure you're in the community though. Are you online? Tag me and get me online. Melt.aow. I'm sure everyone in here is in the Line community. If you're not, download the Line app. Add Melt.aow. I've been saying that for a long time. I can't wait for the day I never say that again. That is going to be nice. Starship Medical. That's the new song. New sound. Alright, let's see. Let's check on the stronghold here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's raining gold in here, man. It's raining gold in this game. I think ALD, from what I'm seeing, ALD is going to stomp TNB with those Rogers. But if this Stella right here triples her leadership, maybe not. Maybe if that Stella turns into a Robin or a Lilith, that would be interesting. But TNB is holding the base. 46 minutes in. We don't even know what's on Letter's ship that's holding him there. It might be a Rogers or something. He might just have auto refill on and just taking the hits. It's so hard to manage your own ship and the capital at the same time. It's almost one of those things where it's just like, you tell your second in command, handle the base or handle the stronghold. Make sure we're getting good rotations back and forth. Don't send too many weenies to buy us time because we don't want to lose too many fights. It's going to be a hectic battle for the next hour or so. They're trying to only send good marches, and I'm desperately trying to click on the base. There it is. And I'm following troops. Okay, so they actually have cleared quite well. That Stella is now on the way, and this Golem is breaking through. Is this Godlike's Golem breaking through? There's the insurance slot. Okay, there's the insurance. He's got the walkers for the... God, he's got tier 11 walkers too. Jesus. So there's the insurance slot. I would put the insurance slot in 5 or 4, not 6, because then you give him 2 extra turns before your insurance kicks in. You want your slot 4 to kill your opponents as fast as possible, so you leave your airships in slot 4. But slot 5 is always the better insurance slot. It's open to interpretation. Slot 4 is just as good for insurance. I don't like slot 4 in the front row if you're going to be doing a specific build. But slot 4, slot 5, slot 6 is the worst spot for an insurance ship. But anyway, it looks like Godlike is actually clearing. Oh my goodness. They better hurry up. That's it. AXR has cleared. TNB has been held off. Oh my God. That was insane. Holy crap. All right, blow up world chat. Fire emojis, dick butts, whatever you got. Just blow up world chat because that was insane. We didn't even start to see all the world chats. Or we didn't even see all the replays. It was so much going on, but that insurance golem just crushed. I wonder if he killed that Stella with an awakening. I want to see if anyone is in here from in AXR, have him share the replay of that golem versus the tier 11 Stella. He was much bigger than that tier 11 Stella. Don't get me wrong. He was 3 times her size. But I want to see if he hit an awakening on his tier 11 walker troops, because that would be fun to see all those tier 11 Eye of Greeds get crushed. So, dang. All right, so this... No, I don't want that one. Let's check the score real quick, and I'm going to get out of this jacket. Action kind of picked up. I kind of forgot what I was doing there. All right, 152 million to 598 million. So TNB is absolutely behind in points, and they failed at keeping the first stronghold. AXR has put their foot down 1 hour into the match and said, not only do we have the point lead, we're going to keep fighting you on your side while we have the point lead, and then we're going to let you come to us and try to take our base, and then we're going to kick you out. In 1 hour, AXR has beaten them on 3 campaigns. They win the kickoff of points, they win the first point trade, major point trade, and then they also defended their base. Took them 10 minutes to defend it, but they did it. I would say at this point, AXR is looking really strong to win this game. I didn't think they would, but don't underestimate Godlike's Golem. Holy crap. That guy's a boss. An absolute boss. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Magnum, for putting that in there. But yeah. Woo. Man, that was insane. That happened fast. All right. Well, this is getting a little laggy. There's so many people watching. I'm gonna do my wardrobe change, and I'll be right back. Blow up world chat. Anything you say will be on YouTube for the rest of its life. Okay. Not gonna strip on camera. All right, we're back. We're live. We're live. We're live. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So Letter did intentionally pull out? Is that what's going on? What did I just click? Okay, I don't know what I just clicked there, but I gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. Oh, geez, how do I close this? Oh, no. All right, I clicked something. And there it is. Okay. All right, so Letter pulled out. Why did Letter pull out? Was he trying to defend his own ship? Unbelievable. Now, Male God, all right, we'll watch this replay, but I want to see that Stella versus that Golem. This is a Ranger replay. I don't like Ranger replays. Oh, let's see. Arabesque. Oh, it's a little loud. Better turn that down. Oh, this is kind of good. I like this. Seven Pirates, please make a tab to negate Ranger replays. You're telling me, man. I've been on that battleship for a long time. I'm sick of Ranger. Season 4, we were doing push-ups every time I shared a Ranger replay, it was get down and do 10 push-ups. That was rough, man. I got jacked that season. I had to start changing my shirts. Had to get to a bigger size. I think that was because of the push-ups. I don't know. We'll see. So, this is the remaining Stella March. No, this is a different Stella. All right, this is a different Stella. Letter's on fire, so someone actually popped him. That's right, his ship wasn't there anymore. I wonder who popped him. Maybe he was just mismanaging his garrison? The thing about when you're garrisoning yourself, and looks like the action has slowed down for a minute, so I'll show you guys. Oh, Letter's coming back. Oh, Letter's trying to come back. But he can't because AXR is blocking. And in order to get rid of them... Okay, so Godlike is clearing again. Viper has joined the battle. What's going on, Viper? Long time no see. Good to see you. Dang, Godlike is not messing around. He's just going to clear right away. Get him out. Yeah, that's going to go right through. TNB does not have vision, so they won't be able to restock. Where is Letter at? Is Letter on a rampage, zeroing people? What's he doing? There he is. He should be getting closer. What he can do is target these ships and then speed into them to hit them. There he is. So he should be able to click on that space and then attack. Where's he going? Alright, so he's going down. This guy's about to get nailed. Speed march. Wow, he's already gone. So Letter is on a rampage. We are watching him attempt to massacre people. What he doesn't realize is the server AXR is on is a peaceful server. They probably have at least 20 million meat shields by this time. Nothing to worry about. Looks like Letter is stuck there. Maybe he's lagging. Maybe he's letting the hits come to him. Uh-oh. Looks like a couple other TNB players are joining in on the action. They're looking to cause some trouble. Kind of break everyone up and make them aware that the gold jumping has started. Once the gold jumping starts, players can't be AFK. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. Players may be AFK if they're just medium ships that can't really compete with all the tier 11 going on. Or it's middle of the day, they're back to work right now. It's 1:12, so players, people that had lunch till 1 are back, working and not paying attention to the game. So Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know if Letter knows that, but that certainly could be happening. Let's see. Seth asks, how many tier 11 a 1 million ghost would kill? Any thoughts on that? Yeah, so 300,000 Rangers with level 60 ghost cannon will kill 120 airships. It kills more than 240 walkers, and it kills way more than 360 infantry. The ghost cannon damage calculation is based off base troop HP as damage and the enemy base troop as life, plus their bonuses, but it ignores defense. I don't know exactly how true that is. I don't know if all tier 11, I think it is true. Let's just say, for the sake of this argument, that 360 tier 11 airships would die to a 900,000 ghost cannon. 360 tier 11 airships. 1/3 of that would be a million. So 360, 120 is 400,000. 400 tier 11 airships would die to a 1 million Ranger ghost cannon. And what's the calculated value of a tier 11 airship, just one built based on based on resources alone? Well, considering in Galactic Battle they don't have to pay those resources anymore, but if a Cronus is 880k and a Death Angel is 550k, then tier 11 is probably 50% more than that, so 1.2 million, and the airships are 3 times big. 3.6 million food. That's what it takes, probably. 3.6 million food, 3.6 million parts to make each airship. So, if you want to, and this isn't right math. I actually don't have the resource value of a tier 11 airship. I'm just guessing it's 3.6 million. I'm sure it's pretty close to that. So 3.6 million food and parts, and if you killed 400 of them, that would be 1.4 billion food in damage. Now remember, you get to repair those if they fit in your hospital, which in this case they probably wouldn't. But if they did, you could. It still cost you 140 million to repair. 140 million food, 140 million parts. Oh, dude, the numbers are insane. Let's not even go there. Just, the numbers are insane. I was calculating the value of a tier 11 airship, tier 11 player with their leadership and their gear in the last stream, and someone pointed out, I think it was Albatross, pointed out, hey, man, you never even calculated the value of his army. And I was like, well, yeah, you're right, I didn't, but I also mentioned why I didn't, right? We don't know that he paid for the resources during a buy one, get one. He may have had 20 accounts from his allies who have 3 alts each, funnel all the 500,000 or the 500 million resource prize we got on anniversary day, and he might have funded his whole tier 11 army by just gifts. I don't know. But the amount of resources, if he paid for it, would be in the 20, 30, 40, 50 thousands. Easy. Hundreds of thousands, but resources that cost a lot of gold to buy, and they're much more readily available. Unlike unlimited crystals, which you cannot buy with in-game currency or any level of farming. Resources you get farmed all the time. So that one's a tough one to calculate, but worth mentioning. I never brought that up. So AXR is just about to break the 1 billion point threshold, and TNB is at a quarter billion. So AXR is outscoring them 4-1 right now. TNB is probably still jumping around looking for action. Let's find proof of that. Let's see. Click the new one, damn it. I don't know which one you're talking about. Is there a new replay I have to click? I missed it, Duff. Sorry, I was kind of ranting. Celluloid for MVP. Alright. So what do we have here? What is this guy doing? Okay. Looks like Letter is no longer gold jumping unless we don't see him. Is there a link I have to scroll up? Oh, I don't know what this is. Go to channel. Uh-oh. What? I think it just took me to your channel, Duff. I'm watching a bunch of Fallout channels on Duff's YouTube. Fallout videos, probably from a long time ago. If I click on this link, what happens? I think it opens it in my chat log. It does. Son of a bitch. I can't watch YouTube videos in my stream, otherwise it gets me in trouble. Alright, how do I refresh chat maybe? Okay. Alright, let's find... Oh, alright, Ulos has a replay for us against Godlike. Is that Godlike? Yeah, that's God. There we go. Vega would have crushed through that golem. Kind of tempted to do the Vega build just to get away from Bullet for a while. I don't know. Damn, he got crushed. Oh, he hit him with the level 5 bomb. Hit him with the level 5 bomb. Looks like Mahler has a replay for us. Why, Mahler? You lose the fight, so you can't even get medals, and it's a Ranger replay. Nothing happens here. Nothing happens. Even if there's no tier suppression, it's not enough damage to kill one. Unless it's maybe he black holes him. No, I bet he doesn't. Oh, he does. Okay, there you go. 4240. 6. Oh, okay. He did some damage. He did 36 tier 11 there. You know, he got some value there. Good job, Mahler. Doing what he can. You know, not everyone can compete at the highest level. So if you got a black hole bomb you've been saving for the playoffs, he got his licks in and participated. So good for him. All right, so look at all these burning ships. That means Letter's been busy jumping around hitting people. I'm sure Sin and Viper have been joining in on the festivities as well. All right, who else is here jumping around? This guy's only 15 million. This guy is 20 million. So they're just gold jumping and hitting AXR just because they can. It's a nice rock build. You don't see that too often in Galactic Battle, but that's basically Bullet with Yetis. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Alright, so for those of you joining us, here's what happened. AXR introed the map with a dummy ship, loaded up the garrison, sent them across the borders. TNB set rallies. AXR was able to score big on them. Then they continued the aggression, even though AXR had the point lead. They didn't need to continue the aggression. They did anyway, which worked as a distraction for about 30 minutes or so. And then TNB Letter cut the shit. He went straight to their base, right over here. He sat right there and stuck his... Was it his golem he stuck in there? Maybe he had his golem on his own ship and his allies defended the fort. But after 10 minutes, Godlike from AXR was able to clear and remove Letter. And TNB is now back on the offensive because holding the base didn't work. And they're behind 750 million in points. So what are they going to do? They're going to try and zero some ships, get some of them to leave because they're losing the passive income. And they're also just playing, just having some fun. You know, they're in the semifinals. They've come all this way. They may as well throw some gold down, have a little fun, throw a little money around, throw some speed ups around. All right. What are we expecting? All right, so yeah, it looks like they're getting a little closer to this left side stronghold. I don't think they're going to try and hold it, though. Not yet. I mean, I think TNB is going to make another push to hold, just not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. Well, all right. I'm getting tired. We got to turn car chase on. Falling asleep. Okay, there we go. Brum, brum, brum. All right. Uh-oh. All right. Hit him. Got a little action right here. Will he succeed? Will there be a warped ship? It is. It's a successful hit. All right, so there's Letter holding it down. I mean, I'm amazed at how laggy this is, and I'm on an emulator, so I can imagine what it's like on a cell phone or a tablet. I mean, I'm playing on PC with, a graphics card. You went to the slot machines? Where are you at? Vegas? Reno? State Line? Atlantic City? Indian casinos? Where are you at? Oh, 147 million. TNB guy here. Illinois. They got a slot machine in Illinois? Oh, I get it. Slot machines at the truck park. Hit up the old slot machines. All right, truck stops have slots here? You talking like lot lizards or actual gambling? I shouldn't have said that. This is a Christian channel. People are going to Google lot lizards. I shouldn't even know what that is. I had a building next to I wouldn't call it a truck stop, but it was more like a manufacturing area where a lot of the trucks would line up behind the building, so it was like a safe place for them to park for a few hours, or they'll get orders or going to, taking a nap or whatever. And there'd be girls, just working girls, walking the lots, walking down the alley. It's terrible. That's terrible. Shouldn't say that kind of stuff. Should not say that kind of stuff. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like TNB has just invaded AXR's side. If you guys don't know what's going on here, I haven't really talked about it. All these red ships shouldn't be here. They've all gold jumped down here. They may have done one of those guild rallies where everyone could warp for free. And they just came over and just started crushing everyone. And what happens when this is going on, if there's anyone AFK and you have enough ships on their side, you can actually do a complete blanket. I've talked about this once before, but when you're in the enemy territory, you can always see one space around you. So if you have every ship 2 spaces apart on the enemy side, effectually you can reveal the entire fog of war, and you can start zeroing all the enemies real fast. You just buy like 30,000 worth of speed ups, and you just have your biggest commander players just send full marches at everyone, and then they get warped and they pop to a new area that's supposed to be hidden, but they're right next to an ally because your whole team is over there. So you can actually start zeroing people pretty quick. If you utilize that strategy. It doesn't work if the other team is vigilant and clearing your allies and hitting them and stuff. But, if they keep moving and jumping back and forth and being distracting, I mean, if you have a 50-person organized team, you could really have fun with that strategy. So it looks like AXR is bounding off into the corners here, which is great because they cannot warp on top of other ships. They have to basically come break the border if they want to get closer, which they very well could. Here you go. And this guy right here is thinking, I'm just going to start pushing through. So he's going to probably pop this guy. And, oh, there's someone. He's coming through. 230 million. So they're going to pop right into the hull. So they are definitely going for the zero. Wow. Going for the massacre. Damn, that's crazy, man. So they've fully fledged. This is the most all-out I've ever seen someone go in a gold warp situation. I'd say there's at least 10 players on TNB on the enemy side right now, just massacring players that get popped out of the hole. So basically what's going on, you ever seen like those giant ball racks in Walmart? And some kid just runs over there and grabs a ball and just kicks it into the alley. Well, that's what's going on. You have the TNB player here going into this giant clump of ships, and he just hits one really hard, pops it out into the alley, and then all of his allies are over here lined up with vision trying to hit him as they pop over here. And what they want to do is they want to gold warp back into the pile with all the other ships, but AXR is just getting popped and kicked into the alley, and TNB is trying to massacre him along the way. It is going to work. What's going to end up happening is AXR's idle ships, the guys that are at work, guys that can't be playing here, are going to have to leave. They're going to get massacred and lose their entire army, right? They're going to have to heal their entire army, which could take months depending on how big their meat shield is, or years. But more likely they'll probably just leave the galactic battle, and they won't get any more passive income, and that'll take less ships, take more ships off the battlefield, and that helps slowly move the battle in TNB's favor. So I honestly, this is not going to be a game-winning strategy. This is something they should have done when they were behind by 3.5 million points, not when they're behind by 750 million points. So, you know, I was having that thought about this strategy, and then I read Paul's comments. I stopped letting the lot lizards in the truck when my wallet came up missing. I bet. But the problem is the truck is the best. I shouldn't say this. Okay. That's why you got to get a lockbox. Okay. All right. So, Eric's asking, who is ARX's big dog? Well, Eric, I'm glad you asked, because I made this sweet infograph here of all of AXR and ALD's best players. You may be asking yourself, why do you have ALD listed there and not TNB, the person they're playing tonight? Well, that's a good question. The answer is, I'm stupid. But, yeah, I messed up. I thought it was ALD for some reason. But we might have this matchup next week, depending on what goes on here. TNB they're getting discouraged, strongly discouraged. They can't hold that base, and it looks like AXR is really willing to pay for it, pay for it, whatever you want to call it. Godlike is going for it. I'm just looking through the replays here. Looks like this guy Andy has been giving out some points. Let's see what he's giving up. Oh, yeah, they're definitely trying to get him to leave. Oh, look at this. We got a Tier 8 cameo. We had not seen Tier 8 in a while. I actually have the research to build Tier 8. Never actually done it. I just did it because I had so many resources. I got to the point in the game where no matter how much money you have, no matter how much you farm, you don't have enough leadership to put any more troops in your army. You have more troops than you could load with your big commander. You have nothing to spend all your money on because you need unlimited crystals. So I actually have Tier 8 troops I've never even built just because I needed to get rid of the resources. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he gave up a lot of Tier 8 there. Tier 8 just is so much worse than Tier 9. It's one of those things where it's like, you ever notice when you're fighting with Tier 1 against Tier 2? Tier 2 just decimates Tier 1. It doesn't seem like they're one tier apart. But like Tier 2 and Tier 3 basically feel like the exact same difference. Tier 3 and Tier 4 are basically the same. Tier 2 and Tier 4 are basically the same. Tier 5 is slightly better, especially if you're running tier suppression, but Tier 5 is a little more tanky against Tier 2. But still, I'd rather trade Tier 2 for Tier 5 all day. I'd rather repair Tier 2. Tier 6 and 7, if you have tier suppression, are very good against Tier 2. But even then, Tier 2 is so powerful. But Tier 7 to Tier 8, it's not really noticeable. Going from Tier 8 to Tier 9, the troops literally quadruple or triple in size. So all their stats are doubled and tripled. So there's a huge difference in those troop values. And it's very noticeable when you're a Tier 8 player going against Tier 9, because the repair costs aren't any better. It's just that, you don't have to pay thousands of dollars for them, so that's nice. But yeah, Tier 8, definitely a relic legacy troop type of the past. If you're starting over on Ark of War, you wouldn't build a bunch of Tier 3, you wouldn't build a bunch of Tier 6, and you wouldn't build a bunch of Tier 8. You'd use some Tier 5 for a long time. You'd use Tier 7 for a long time. I personally like to build a bunch of Tier 5 and then just evolve it to Tier 6, then use Tier 6 until I have Tier 7. Yeah, it's a semifinal. The winner plays ALD. ALD is a monster guild. I don't think anyone's going to beat ALD. They just have way too many players with multiple 1 million leadership commanders with Tier 11 level 40 gear. It's like they have the participation, they have the gear. I mean, they have it all. They have the money. So ALD is probably going to win this season if they've been playing with the same caliber they've brought this whole season. But then again, last season they kind of just gave it to GBD. They didn't even battle it out. I heard they just went fishing instead. But TNB is now making a serious attempt on the left side stronghold. They're using slots 1, 2, 3, and 4 instead of 5 and 6 to avoid plasma bombs, I guess. Or maybe they don't have the troops. And either way, not a terrible formation. It's quite good for a normal golem formation. Rogers, of course, though, will have to use all 6 slots to get those defensive stacks to keep triggering. This Stella here, it's good march. Very strong. Very strong Stella March. I like it. I like this plasma here. This plasma is going to trade well. It's not going to be susceptible to strength and weaken from Tier 11. It's a good little march there. That guy's helping out. Well done. This Stella here is a 1-slot bust to the top row. This Stella is just going to feed whatever Tier 11 comes charging through there. But, you know, he's getting in some action. This plasma, he'll trade okay. And then he has a ranger there. I wonder if that's because he's afraid of getting beat by a Stella infantry. He's just trying to buy 1 extra round, maybe. That 1 ranger might absorb the 1 attack that makes Stella not one-shot him or something. So it's actually not a terrible idea. Of course, the problem with that ranger is it's possible that you're going to lose all your troops because that 1 slot will absorb it, and the opponent has another chance to trigger an awakening or something like that. But it is plasma, so he wants to lose those troops anyway. All right, we got another replay here. Let's see. It's good to see King back in the mix, man. King is a monster, and we haven't got to see King versus Gilly yet, but I want to see it because Gilly is such a monster. That is the only way to counter her is King. Yeah, we got to get a King versus Gilly replay. Can you get Tier 11 instantly if you just start Ark of War? I don't think so. No, they roll out the content. They definitely roll out the commanders. They might know that no, the content is in the game because it's in the APK. So it's not like it's a server-based thing, but the free commander events and stuff is how they regulate which commanders you get. So, like, a 1-year-old server may not have Rogers yet. It's very possible they don't have Rogers yet. But, yeah, they technically could go right to Tier 11, I think. I don't know. They may have certain servers that don't have that stuff enabled. I don't know. Oh, yeah, dude. King decimates Gilly all day. Nothing about Gilly will stop King, and nothing about King doesn't get bonuses from Gilly. Gilly has to build dodge. The whole point of Gilly's gimmick is that she stops Stella and Plasmas from using their guaranteed hit gems against infantry. If they don't have guaranteed hit gems, because Gilly won't let them trigger the guaranteed hit gems, that means they have to have a ton of accuracy, which they're not going to stack that much accuracy. Stella's going to attack damage because they like their 1-slot bust formations. And Plasma's going to stack HP and damage because he likes to be a bomb. And just a balance of attack and accuracy on Plasma and Stella isn't going to be enough to hit a proper Gilly. She's going to be full dodge. And the only way to hit a full dodge commander is guaranteed hit. And who has it? Well, King. Every time, 100% chance, if you dodge him, he gets super damage, and Gilly's going to dodge him every time, and he's going to get super damage every time. So, yeah, King is the super counter to Gilly. Now, the only way that he doesn't work so well is if he doesn't have enough damage to kill Gilly in the first round. Because then in the second round, I mean, even then, he's so much, I mean, he's the best counter to Gilly. Hands down. Hands down. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I just don't have the proof, you know? I just need the proof, and I'm not ready to build. I guess I could build. It wouldn't be hard to do a small simulation, but I like the big battles. You know, I want to see a 200 versus 200K commander battle. Yo, what's going on with the emulator? Game's crashing. What the hell's going on? We gotta reload, boys. Gotta reload. You guys ever go through those periods in your life where it just feels like your nails are growing really fast for no reason? Like, you would assume that nails grow at a constant rate. You know, maybe if you use your hands more, you get more circulation, and just having more blood and flow to your fingers might increase their growth rate. But in general, it's pretty consistent. You know, it's not like you can increase it double, maybe 30%. Nothing too noticeable. But man, lately, I feel like in the last 2 weeks, my nails have grown like half an inch. Glad to hear I'm in my element. Thank you, Hunter. This is my element now. You guys have heard it here first. This is my element. Oh, what's up, Morvox? Oh, boy. Morvox is in the building. You can expect equal amounts trolling, equal amounts off-topic, and equal amounts useful information. Hopefully more useful information than trolling, but with Morvox, you just don't know. That's just something I've come to expect every time I go check on what the chat channels are up to. Dude, I'm telling you, man, the nail thing's bugging me. This one here, see that? That was me crushing my finger in a door. That's going to come off soon. That'll be nice. 1.7 billion for AXR to 658 million for TNB. So it's still 3-1, not 4-1, but 3-1. And TNB had a lot of fun jumping across and started massacring. AXR has recovered. They have moved back into formation to cover the bases. They haven't fully moved back, but they have started the movement. It looks like TNB has been cleared out entirely, or they have retreated. Either way, TNB is still down by 1 billion points. TNB is down by 1 billion points. They have failed to take the right stronghold, and they attempted the left stronghold. They have failed to take the left stronghold. This is a stupid march. 7 tier 11. Come on, what's going on here? Or 10 tier 11, tier 7. Who is this guy? Unbelievable. Right. Get those moderator thumbs ready. Jesus. So we are at the point where TNB realizes they're 1 billion points behind. They cannot hold a stronghold at this time, and zeroing them is not a viable solution to get back the point lead. If anything, it was just for fun. Stir things up a little bit and get rid of the passive ships that are just sitting around. The reason I would do something like that, I would call an all-out attack to zero ships, is to get away all the AFK players, because you can zero somebody real fast if you have the right vision. I think TNB is going to take a back seat for 4 or 5 hours and then try again. Wait till the workday's over. Wait till maybe some of AXR's members are gone. I don't think that strategy is going to work, but they've already went all in twice and they failed. And now they're 1 billion points behind. So they've got 10 more hours to plan out their strategy, to roll it out slowly, and anticipate that hopefully something changes on the other side so that they can get an advantage. But right now, Godlike and we got the names. Godlike from AXR, Millennium, Hot Wheels, and 2 South are giving them no slack. Absolutely holding them off. Not even getting it down to 20, 30 minutes. They were knocking them out, 10 minutes into the hold. Look at these guys using tier 7. Get out of here with that tier 7. Silly bastards. Oh, man, I'm broke. Look at my gold. My gold's so low. We had that ad leadership event. I just poured all my gold into magazines. And I upgraded some gear. Oh, man. 16,000. Feels bad. I don't know, TNB. I think you guys are going to take a back seat for the next 2 or 3 hours before they try something new. Is there anything else? Are they doing anything else? Let's go jump in there, and then we'll see if there's any more action. Yeah, guys. Well, this battle's going to go on till probably 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, another 10 hours. I am not going to sit around and stream it if there's nothing going on. I think we're going to go into an intermission here for 4 or 5 hours. So probably going to close the stream up early tonight. I'm tired, too. You can hear it in my voice. I'm yawning. But I just want to say thanks for everyone that's come by and hung out and gave stories about lot lizards and suggested ideas for backdrops and the nails, just talking about dirty hygiene. It's been a hell of a night, boys. Absolutely hell of a night. Got some Justin Timberlake YouTube videos in the comments below. You're a moderator, Duff. You shouldn't be posting YouTube comments. If that gets this video banned, I'm gonna have to promote Y6 to moderator. I know better. I know better not to promote Y6 after that stunt he pulled the other night. Oh boy. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I am gonna wrap it up here pretty quick. I think oh, there's a replay. One more replay. Let chat say goodnight. And then, hey, some tier 2. All right. And he missed. My favorite type of potato? Oh, man. I don't know. Can I say potato tacos? I know that sounds stupid. It's not very American, but on Taco Tuesday or Taco Thursday, you can go to this Mexican spot that has potato tacos, and they just do it's like a French fry inside of a taco with sour cream and cabbage and salsa. It's really good. But I mean, every type of potato, baked, fried, French fries. You know, I don't know. I like them all, man. Oh, the campaign against Duff has begun. Oh no. Oh no. Tater tots, right? Oh man. Is there any way you don't like potatoes? That's the real question. You know, I'm not a big fan of when they long slice the potatoes, and then even then that's good. Like, is it scallopinis? I don't even know. That's still good. The way the Italians do it, Italian dishes. Hash browns. Oh man, potatoes are so great. Potatoes are just the best. All right. Well, that's the end of the night then. Guys, if you haven't eaten potatoes recently, please do. Go out and get some French fries. Get some mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. Mix it all together. Potatoes are good with everything. All right. I think that's the end of the stream. I'm delirious. Next week is going to be the finals. I will live stream the finals. I'll figure out a way. The winner of this will fight ALD, and it should be a great match. It should be a short match, too. I don't think either one of these teams have the firepower that ALD has with their Rogers to just hold a base. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Come on. Land that Annihilator Ray. Let's go. Come on, one good rock replay. You can't buy moderation, Y6. You can only buy it with maturity. You can't buy it with dragon shards. Oh, here's the Annihilator Ray. 20 of them. What? Did I miss that? Was that not Annihilator Ray? I don't know. It's too late, guys. Gentlemen, it's been an honor and a privilege. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys next week. Farewell. We got to come up with a new outro. I like Zero 'em all. Sounds really good. Peace is bad for business? I don't know.